Hi guys, William Quang here from the Adelaide Hill Pain Clinic with
Nelson.
So yeah, we're going to have a chat. Now this chat is about why in the past recruits for the military were disqualified or ineligible to join Navy, Army and Air Force because of having flat feet. Now this sort of just started because about a week or two ago I had I still call him a kid because I did actually see him when he was about 6 or 7. And 10 years down the track, 12 years down the track, he's actually applied to get into the Navy. And I was really quite surprised. He's been asked for me to write a letter to him just to say that his feet will not impact his work. So Nelson, do you want to talk to us a bit about why flat feet, or there's this fear in the military medical departments that flat feet can cause problems?
Alright, so in the past, flat feet would have gotten you disqualified from the military. So the reason for being is that flat feet predispose you to a lot of lower limb issues like heel pain, Achilles issues, bunions, knee issues, and also the Marshall's fracture as well. And that's because with flat feet, your feet tend to roll in a lot more than it should. Okay.
Yeah, so the marching fracture, or what we call the stress fracture, is really common with people who clock up a lot of Ks. Now, things have changed a lot since, when I was having chats with a lot of my World War II vets who, sadly, are a very small number these days, but, that's what happens. Now, these people who did serve in World War II, you have to have a look at what they were wearing in terms of shoes. So, yeah, their shoes were really, really quite basic. You have to also take into account World War II was a time when I guess there wasn't much money, so the shoes were, I guess, very cheap and quite... G'day Chris, how you going? Let's see, Chris for what? We're really quite thin and nasty. The other thing as well is, medically, they only had GPs who just theorised. Back then, podiatrists didn't even exist, chiropodists didn't exist, so, that's the other reason. So these days, we're able to do things much differently. So Nelson, do you want to tell us a bit about the shoes and what podiatry can do for I guess the flat foot?
Alright, so with shoes nowadays, you can get a lot more supported footwear. So something that has like a rigid heel counter, for example, to really lock in that heel in place, and also something that has a shank, so that prevents that torsion, that twisting motion in around the midfoot area. Okay, and that sort of prevents that facilitation of that rolling in motion of the foot. Okay?
Yeah, so for example, you got your shoe here. This isn't a conscription boot, but you can sort of see when I try to push down here, it doesn't collapse at the back. Okay, there's usually bits of support through here, like this has got a bit of plastic through this area of the shoe, and the foot is pretty sturdy. Okay, and you've got the high cut ankle boot as well. So that's quite important. Other things in terms of where podiatry can help them as well, Nelson?
Alright, so if you have any of the foot issues that we just previously mentioned, I'd recommend that you see a podiatrist and they'll address the issues at hand. So what we do is we analyse your walking patterns, assess your joints, your muscles, and from the hip down, and that'll give us a bit of understanding of what areas to focus on as well.
Great. So yeah, they're probably the big two changes. So I don't think in the future, really when this young lad Jacob's going over, g'day Sarah, g'day John, when these people go into the army, there shouldn't be many problems. We've got it covered. Okay, we can get their feet aligned, but also in particular the shoes are much better. Okay, wonderful. All right, we'll see you next week for another chat. Have a good one, bye.